Good morning. Thank you so much, and I apologize that I think you have to invite me because when you invite Bradley last year, didn't make it to the Super Bowl. So I'm going to tell Bradley, don't ever show up anymore to make CAF meeting. But he has to be here. But it was wonderful, and in fact, 3 years ago I did the same thing, and I came here. But I appreciate that, and I received money from Sister Nephew for research. But this presentation had nothing to do with the support. And I appreciate it. We're from Pittsburgh, the home of the world champion Pittsburgh Steelers. And by the way, I did not sleep for about 46 hours. I Sunday morning got up, and then all this pre-game thing, and then after the game is party until 3 o'clock. Then I had to go to Orlando to get here, so I never slept for a while. So the ACL reconstruction is based on this principle. So I don't care if it's double bundle, single bundle, quadruple bundle, triple bundle. It won't get out of these four things: anatomy, insertion sites, how do you tension it, and also lastly, it's not a one-size-fits-all surgery. And I think the goal is this. My goal is to restore 80 to 90% of the native ACL, no matter what you do, single, double bundle, and also hopefully to maintain a healthy, long-term, goal for the patient. You can definitely do anything in the knee, and they can play sports within 2 years, no question about it. The question is what happened 5, 10 years later. We look at features. 60 features, we know that you are born with two bundle. When you're 10 weeks old, you have the two bundle anatomy. And this is how small the knee are. You need a microscope to look at those two bundles. And essentially, we find in the septum, there's stem cells. So there's a really two bundle. You can use a probe just to create it. This is real, okay? And this is AM, more for AP translation. The PL actually become loose in flexion and allow rotation. This is a beautiful picture done by Dr. Gallardo from Spain. He came to Pittsburgh and took some picture. He is a world-famous photographer. And you can easily see the two bundle, AM and PL, especially the PL bundle, which is ignored by most people, which, we haven't looked at it carefully because we use the lateral portal. We never see this through the lateral portal arthroscopy. Only with a medial portal, like we showed yesterday, you will see it. PL and AM, it's real. Also, you can see the insertion site from the medial portal. This is the axis of EFO, and this is where the ACL is. And Clancy and other people have shown this resonance ridge, which we showed a very beautiful one yesterday. And also there's a ridge between AM and PL. You can see this is the ridge, resonance ridge, and this is the bifurcate ridge. Not obvious in every cases. AM and PL in extension, they are parallel for AP translation. But as you flex the knee, the AM become still isometric, whereby the PL now come over and become loose. This looseness is like you're giving your key to your kids. They can now rotate and do the driving, and the PL allow the driving to occur, and the rotation depends on the size of the condyle. So the ACL serves the knee. Don't forget about it. The ligament is there to serve the whole bony configuration. This is why there's so many variations, of motion. The rotation, for example, is from 9 to 28 degrees from a group study from South Africa in 60-degree flexion. So this is a, let me go back. Okay, so this is a gorilla. We risked our life in Pittsburgh to show this to you. And this is about 60 degrees of motion, and you can see the femoral condyle of the gorilla is tremendous. The medial size is about 2 times on the lateral side, okay? So, and the gorilla has how many bundle? Has 3 bundle, okay, Dr. Brooke, 3 bundle only. So you don't need to do 4 in human being, okay? Now, we've been doing 3D CAT scan in Pittsburgh in the last 2 years. We did 150 of them. We want to know where we put the ACL. This is cadaver specimen to show this is AM and PL. This is exactly where it is. This is a resonance ridge. Right here, this is the axis of EFO. And we used to put the ACL right here. This is the universal, transtibial, position right here. This is a pretty good anatomical double bundle. And I want to tell you, when I did double bundle 5, 6 years ago, I put it in the wrong place too. The AM is usually right there. And on the tibial side, you can see in the middle, and this is the CAT scan of this specimen. Now, how about this patient? This patient of mine, I did 15 years ago, no problem. You know, she plays sports, tennis, skiing, not high level, and she feels very stable. Look at this, is quite vertical. It's no impingement, the graft healed biologically, and angle is 10 degrees, which shows that it's quite vertical graft, transtibial approach. Examination in office is absolutely stable. You cannot tell is anything wrong. The shear is pain, and so we scope her, and this is what she got. And the examination in the office, in the OR, is definitely a little bit unstable, not total unstable. So there's a discrepancy between the office visit and the OR examination. And this is her CAT scan, 3D CAT scan. This is a PL to a high AM. So on the femoral side, the ACL is 100% out of the anatomical position. And this is very common. I have an NFL player that I did this 20 years ago, and they play in the NFL for 12 years, 15 years, just exactly like this. So I can make this happen for them to play sports. No problem about that. Is it something good we should do? Now, how about this patient? This is more fortunate because this patient was unstable. 1 year post-op, this is where the ACL is. And basically, the hole is right here. It's 100% out. Now, luckily, the surgeon did not do a plasty, so you can see the beautiful ridges, residence ridge by Clancy. Now, he's osteophyte already at the age of like 20 years old, and this is you know, how it looked like. This is the graph, very vertical graph. And this is the diagram you see in AJSM, JBJS, where we should put a graph. So no wonder everybody put the graph exactly in this position, myself, for years. This is what we were taught up to 2008 last year. This is current concept. This is JBJS, okay? So this is the universal position. So why did we do that? Because we went to this place to get the easy button. This is what we try to help you with all this industry outside, okay? Easy button, use non-anatomical clocking position, tunnel drilling, mismatch, and one size fits all. So let me show you. So this is, I showed yesterday, this is on the lateral portal. You think this is pretty good 9, 10 o'clock position. But if you look at the medial portal, this is exactly out of the anatomical range, okay? So it's very easy to make a mistake from the lateral portal of the clock face because the clock face is good for at 0 degree, but at 90 degree when we do surgery, it doesn't work, okay? So we think the knee at 0 degree in surgery, but actually it's at 90 degree when we do surgery. So this is a three-dimensional, you know, concept. So this is what happened. If you do it exactly like that, you know, which they show you in all this journal, and this is the correct position of the ACL according to a study by Marshall about 33 years ago. So what do you get? So this is where you are. This is where you should be. And this is what you're going to see right here. And if you do a CAT scan on this patient, this is a patient, this is the hole, and this is exactly where it should be anatomically. And this is, this is 90 degree, at 0 degree, this is 12 o'clock. Okay, so do some 3D CAT scan, go home. Once in a while, do some 3D CAT scan, and you'll be shocked to know where you put the damn drill hole, okay, for the one time in your life, okay? Another case of mine, another patient I did 15 years ago, beautiful vertical graph, no instability, but this is a mismatch. This is a PL to a high AM, exactly like this, okay? And the patient functioned well, but now she has terrific changes. Why did we do that? Because when we started transtibial in the late 80s, early 90s, we start to move, you know, this hole backwards to avoid impingement. Because what happens, we worry so much about impingement that we forget anatomical actually, AM to here and PL to here. Now, these are all the CAT scan I did in the 90s. I did about 40, 50 3D CAT scan on the patient I did in the 90s, either for revision or for pain. And you see all my holes are perfectly in the wrong position. Perfectly. Okay, I hope more surgeons will tell you this. I'm telling you this. I don't mind, be the one to tell you I make a mistake, okay? This is the normal ACL. So when you run, force go through the ACL. But if you put it a vertical graph, there'll be less force through this ACL and more force through the femoral condyle. And this is why you get wear and tear. We just finished a study in the lab to show that a graph like this will see less force compared to a graph, put perfectly. In other words, if you put a perfect graph, At 4 and 6 months, you probably can re-rupture this easier than this one, interestingly. So if you have a fracture, you want to do this. But we haven't done it very well in ACL surgery. So this is how we do it. The philosophy is to really put the ACL back into the right position. I don't care if it's a double bundle, single bundle. Okay, this is a double bundle, but you must understand the double bundle anatomy to do a good single bundle. So essentially, free portal, like we showed yesterday. On the medial portal, you can see the ridge, you can see the whole axis of EVO, and you can make a determination. This is the lower 35% of the, of the wall. This is where the ACL should be. Lateral portal, medial portal, you can see there's two bundles, and you can see AM and PL right here from the medial portal. We need measurement. This is cheap measurement. It's a ruler. Use any ruler to measure the size. The variation of size is big. The smallest we measure in Pittsburgh is 9. The biggest one is 23. Most ACLs are between 14 to 18. I would say 70%. So drill guide doesn't work all the time, that's why. It works, maybe 60%. It doesn't work all the time. So you mark it exactly like we showed yesterday. Now, when did we do single bundle? 30%, small notch. Like this is a 12 millimeter notch. Small size of insertion site. The tibial is 40 millimeter or less. Open growth plate, arthritic changes, multi-ligament injury, one bundle tear, okay? How do we do a single bundle now? We call it a match anatomical single bundle. Now, like I told you, this is how I used to do it in the 90s and about even 5-6 years ago. It's a PL to an AM or high AM. Now we have to match AM to AM, PL to PL, and the midpoint to midpoint, okay? So let me just go back. Okay, so, sorry. Okay, wrong position. So like Clancy, like to do this. Nobody do PL to PL, but most people should think of maybe midpoint to midpoint, okay? So this match. So if you mismatch it, it's probably a starting, of some problem in the future. So this is a match single bundle. We measure 14 millimeters. We measure about 5-6 from here and 5-6 from the back, and this match perfectly. AM to AM, PL to PL, and essentially A to A, B to B, or midpoint between AB to AB. So if you want 60% AM, 40% PL, you can dial it yourself. You can decide exactly what you want to do. So this is a match single bundle, we did in Pittsburgh. Now, people talk about outcome. Let me show you about an outcome that came out recently from AJSM. This is a study from Lubowitz, and concluded the double bundle and single bundle athlete are no difference. You know why? Very simple, because for years in IKDC, we put normal and near normal as one group. So if you put it as one group, there are no difference. But if you separate normal and near normal, what happened is the single bundle is only 70% success, double bundle improve, okay? What happened is I talked to Jay Errigan, who is head of IKDC. He said if you're gonna put this separate, then you have to tell people the success of ACL surgery is about 70%. And people don't like it. They like it to be 90%, okay? So I think we need a higher standard. We need to win a Super Bowl for ACL, okay? We cannot just keep the same way. So this is the 80s when I do open surgery, the 90s where I do transtibial. This is the early double bundle. I use transtibial, and now this is the current, double bundle, and this is the current single bundle too. So you can see in the last 25 years, I learned a lot. I probably did the most of this. I probably did at least about 3,000, 4,000 cases like this in my lifetime, exactly like that position. So this is where the wrong position, this is the correct position. So you think you did something good, but it may come back and haunt you, okay? So you think the patient played NFL and everything is fine, okay? So just like this guy, he almost haunted Pittsburgh, but didn't quite. So sorry, all of you. So I know that you support Arizona, I was told, by my spy right here, so many of you. A few of you who are Pittsburgh still a supporter. Let's go. Thank you.